for the Canadian dollar pairs, right? Anything that has Canadian dollar today is CPI. So at 1:30, you may experience some, some momentum coming into the market, kicking into the market at that point in time. And then of course that same 1:30 USD is going to also experience some momentum due to the fact that we're going to have news on retail sales. So you can see these are two red folder news that we're going to have today. And we pay more attention to the red folder news than all the yellow or orange. So this is what we care about the most. So CPI on card today and retail sales for USD today. So at 1:30, if you see the market going haywire, don't be surprised. Okay, don't be surprised. It's just part of the way things go when we have news like this. Okay. So let's just quickly see one or two things that we're looking at in the market today, and then see how we can position ourselves to trade. Okay, so I'm sure my trading view is up now. Okay, so let's just quickly see GBP USD. GBP USD. GBP USD. What do we have for GBP USD? Okay. All right. So let's go to the higher time frame. Let's go to the let's start from, I think is the daily time frame. So you see, like we earlier discussed that all the what's it called? All the USD pairs are very, very bullish, right? Anything USD is very bullish, and I still expect even more bullishness on this guy. And then you can see from the monthly time frame, after sweeping this low of the 2 months ago, then you know that we should be coming for this high. And ever since then, price has just been flying to the upside. Okay. So if we now go to the daily time frame, we now see that let me clear up my screen. You now see that we have had what, a very major break of structure here. A very major break of structure here. All right. So as you can see, that price took all of these highs with the impulse here. So this place now also serves as a level of interest for us. Is that okay? This zone also serves as a level of interest for us. Okay. So what I'm expecting price to do is we may experience some pullbacks. That's fine in the market. But when price comes back to this region, are going to look to continue buying GBP USD, right? This is the next bus stop. This is the next bus stop. Okay, this is the where we're expecting price to dance into, give us an accumulation here before we experience another leg to the upside. Okay, so like I said, we had this area here. You see, 1, 2, 3. This was like a resistance in the market. All right, this was a resistance in the market. Price was failing to break above this region. Okay, and then yesterday, all of a sudden, we did what? We broke, or 2 days ago, right? From, I think, yeah, yesterday. That was yesterday. This was yesterday's candle. So price has finally taken that high, and then we are continuing bullish on GBP USD. So what am I expecting now? I'm expecting price, when a major area in the market is being disregarded like this, is expected that price will do what? That price will come back to retest that area. Is that okay? Expected that price will come back to retest that area. Okay. So what I'm seeing now is that this is the area where we had that break of structure. So price should come back to this demand zone. And then as you can see, we had a imbalance. Okay, we had imbalance in that region also, which is making it more high probability for me. Okay, we had imbalance in the region, making it more high. So we have key level here, we have demand, we have what's it called, we have imbalance in the market at that point. Okay, so if we get in a pullback, the pullback should come to give us an entry opportunity here, and then we can do what? Then we can look to buy from there. So currently for GBP USD, currently as we speak, we are just very bullish. We're just very, very bullish. We don't have anything right now except trade runs down to that area. Okay. Currently I don't have anything. In case you are seeing anything, I don't have anything until when price runs back down into This our area. So it's important to be very patient. Be very patient when you're in the market, and then you'll be fine. Okay. So that's my view for GBP USD. All these areas of interest that we're having down here, like this guy here, before price comes back here, it's going to be a while. Okay. So we have to trade with what? With the current price action. What we are seeing currently in the market is what we should use to draw our bias. Okay. All right. So that's the view. That's the view for GBP USD. So trade safe, and then of course wait for the price to develop properly before entering the markets. All right. So let's look at USD JPY. What do we have for USD JPY? Okay, USD JPY is selling. Let me check where it's coming from. Okay. Check where it's coming from. So now after taking this high, we're expecting price to come back to the downside. And now what's happening is that I think there's another broker that shows it properly. Let me check this Forex.com. Forex.com is showing it very nicely. Now, if you go to the weekly or the monthly time frame, you see that where this bearish momentum is coming from is from the fact that we swept 2 months ago's high. You can see if I zoom in, you see it very clearly. Okay, you see that there was a week swept the previous month's high. That's why we experienced all of this bearishness in the market. So now where is one bust up that USD JPY is going to breathe? It's going to be here at last month's low. So we're expecting now on the weekly, we notice that price has been creating expansions to the downside. You can see we had a chain of character there. Then we're also currently having another one here. So on the daily time frame, now, you see it's looking a little bit choppy, but at least we know that after this break of structure here, when today has to confirm that it's going to stay like this, right? If today confirms it's going to stay like this, you can see that there is no other inefficiency in the market. All the fair value gap, like the one we had here, here to here, price has filled all of them up. And then within this range now, there's no fair value gap. So the next introduction of fair value gap is currently where price is now. You can see that this is where we are seeing some imbalance coming into the market. So let price remain like this at the end of today, Tuesday. If we can do that, then we can expect that price will run back into these regions for us to sell from. Is that okay? So you can see that we're expecting price. Please don't write on my screen. Please don't write on my screen. Please, I'm seeing your write up. Who is the person? Please don't write on my screen, please. Thank you. So what was I saying? Where was I? Okay. Okay. So I said that all the imbalances are being filled, right? And then the next introduction of imbalance in this market is here. Okay. So today has to show us this trade is not yet ready until today is over. Now, today has to show us that price wants to actually continue to break below this level by closing below that level with a candle body. If we can close below this level with a candle body, then we will know that okay, this supply that we have here is now valid. Okay, so we cannot expect price to trade into the supply and then run all the way to this previous month low. Remember, if you go back to the monthly time frame, so this is a low that I said that I expect price to run to before you may be retracing and then continuing to the downside. So this is the bus stop, if I have to put it that way, for USD JPY. Is that okay? So daily time frame currently is giving us that behavior that we're looking out for. Okay, but we have to confirm that the day is going to do what? It's going to close like this. If UJ does not give us this continuation, then we have to stay away. Please, that fair value gap is very important. That imbalance, you see the inefficiency. Price is using today very strongly to break below, to give us more BOS to the downside. So if at the end of the day, we are having this body closed, then we can know that our area now is what is valid. Okay. So what we're going to do now is that when price trades back into this zone, right, upon change of character on the 1 hour time frame, on the daily time frame, we can now do what? We can now take a sell from here like this, and then we can target here as our take profit. Okay, so this is the way the trade is going to go. If it respects what I want to see on the daily time frame, the way the trade is going to go is by what? Is by getting a confirmation. All right, a confirmation in this area. Okay, so you see that the same way we are looking at buying GBP USD, Euro USD, everything USD. That's the same way I'm looking to sell USD anything, right? Like let me see, you can see that all these GBP, all these GBP USD, Euro USD, they are all very what? They are all very bullish. So on the flip side, if you take the USD to the other side, right, you now have the USD JPY, USD CAD. All of these guys are going to be what? They are going to be pointing. Are going to be pointing bearish for now. Okay. The only thing that will come and change this bias is if the news that is coming up will do anything different. Okay. And then if I take you to the chart of USD CAD, you'll see the same thing that I'm trying to explain. USD CAD. I think it's on forex.com. So you see that USD CAD, go back to the monthly time frame. The same thing has been happening, right? Just the same behavior as this thing. We swept the previous month high, right? So we should be coming for the previous month low, right? So we had what? On the weekly time frame, you see that we had a change of character here. See how we change this character? That shows that price is looking to still continue to the downside. Go back to the candlestick chart. And now on the daily time frame, this was where price is selling all the way from. You see, on the daily time frame, you see that's where all the sales are coming from. So like I said, this is the bus stop for USD CAD, at least to come back to breathe. So if you are taking a re-entry, from USD CAD, it has to be from around this guy here. Is that okay? This is the next place where we can look to sell USD CAD. So you see that we are bearish on USD JPY, on USD CAD. We are bearish on these guys. Is that okay? So what I'm expecting is for price to run back into this area before it sells. Now, if price should come to this guy first, I'll look for something first before I can validate this sell. Because when price gets to your drawn liquidity, right, you need to start drawing a new what? You need to start bringing up a new bias in the market, because price can come here and start giving me reasons to buy. All right, then definitely I'm going to buy, and then even this my sell may become invalid. All right, but if price should come to my sell first, then I'm now confirmed that we should run all the way to this low. Is that okay? I'm confirmed that we should run all the way to this low. So that's my next point of interest for USD CAD. Okay, so you see that this is an area. You see the break of structure here. There is liquidity. There is a inefficiency, imbalance lying down here in this market. So price should at least come to feel these imbalances, or probably even touch this the supply zone before we start doing what? Before we start selling. Is that okay? So that's my view for USD CAD. Like I said, somebody's writing on my screen. Oh my God. Please now don't write on the screen again. Please don't write on the screen again. So as I was saying, so we're expecting what price to come into these areas before. So we are bearish on USD anything, right? Anything that starts with USD, we are bearish on it. So if I say something like XXX please pay attention. If I say something like XXX this means that anything GBP euro that is here is XXX. Then if I say USD XXX, right, that means anything that starts with USD is, you understand? So if I say XXX is bullish, that means GBP USD, Euro USD, But if I say USD XXX, so you know that USD CAD, USD JPY, USD CHF, all those kind of, now we know that one now. So in case I mention it in subsequent class, you know what I'm referring to. So USD XXX is currently very bearish. Okay, so if we can get some pullbacks, will be fine. Some pullbacks will be fine for us to sell from. Is that okay? So let's see how that goes. Hopefully the news of today can run price into this can run price into these levels for us to look for trades. Okay. So let's stop by and check up on the trade that we took on NZD-CHF. So can you see our NZD-CHF trade is still running in profit. Our NZD-CHF trade is still running in profit, right? So I told us yesterday that if you are on that live session, that you should just go ahead and place the trade. Okay, so this trade is running in profit. Okay, we are currently about how many pips? Just about just shy of 20 pips in profit. Okay, so we're looking at how we can target this is our first TP. This is our first TP. That's our first TP for 3 hours, and then our last TP is going to be here. Okay, I have explained this. The reason why we are liking this trade to sell is due to the fact that our supply our key level here was disrespected. Okay, our key level there was disrespected. What do you see? You see, had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches of price here. So what that means that this place was a very strong region in the market. And then what the price do? Price has come to do what? Price has come to break. It's raining here, so I hope you are hearing me clearly. And the network is not going to be a problem for us today. So what was I saying? So we take here impulsively, leaving behind what? Leaving behind a very huge inefficiency. See the way price just came to sweep. No wicks, nothing, no wick was coming back into this region, nothing. Just a huge candle. All right. And then price has come to do what? Price has come to give us equal highs liquidity here, just beneath our entry region. So that's what made this trade to be valid. So those that are still running on the trade, just keep holding your position. If we need to break even, I'll let us know. But for now, the trade is still running over here too. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully, with the news that's coming up, maybe it can affect these guys too, and we can have a further push to the downside. Okay. So just hold your positions, and of course, I want to believe that you have not risked more than you're supposed to risk. So because that will bring about panic. All right. So that's USD CHF. So I also have something for CAD CHF. It's the same view that I had for this trade that is currently running, that is happening here on CAD CHF. So if I delete everything, now what are you seeing here? You see that CAD CHF had what? Had a very major support zone here in the past, right? You see price touched this zone one time, second time, third time, and then price did what? Price disregarded that zone, all right? And then, so this is an area where if price comes to in the future, I would like to sell, right? Good. Now, going forward, the same thing has occurred again here. So what happened is that I have to hold off. I was trying to sell from here, right? I have to hold off on this guy first. Let's focus on this one first. All right, let's focus on this one first. If we can get a sell here, then we can sell till this low. So we can get a sell here, we can sell from here all till this low. So the same thing, you see, what we just do in trading is repetition. You just repeat what you did yesterday, you repeat what you did last week, repeat what you did week before last, right? That's how we trade. Okay, so what you're seeing here now is that what price is supposed to run back into this area. When you have a major area like this that price respected over time, and then all of a sudden it does what? It breaks it. This is simply what the break and retest, analogy or strategy, right? So price breaks a very key level. It has to come back to what? To retest that level before it comes to take the low that, of course, that it formed before coming back. That's the reason why I'm very I'm bearish on these guys. So I'm not giving a trade yet. I'm not giving a trade yet. This is the daily time frame. So when the price runs back into this place, hopefully we can get something on let me say the 4 hours or the 1 hour time frame, right? When price runs back into this area, hopefully we can get something on the 4 hours on the 1 hour time frame inside this area. Then we can do what? We can look to sell the re-entry. And what's our next draw on liquidity? Our draw on liquidity is this guy here. Draw on liquidity is like a target region that you're looking for price to run to. So this is where I'm expecting that price to I'm expecting price to trade from here and at least come back for here. So that's my view. That's my view. I don't know if you're seeing anything. That's my view for CAD CHF. Okay, that's my view for CAD CHF. All right, so let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. We are still going to be very patient for price to develop, and then we'll take our trades in due time. Please, trading is all about patience. Please, trading is patience. It's a patience game, right? You don't just come into the market and all of a sudden you want to click buy or sell. No, please, 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 and please. Trading is about patience. Learn to be patient on your positions, on your trade. Let it come to you. You don't force it. You allow the trade to come to you. All right, so that's my view. So let's check Bitcoin. Let's check Bitcoin. What are we looking at in the market now? Do we have anything we're looking at? Let's check Bitcoin. So I am bullish. I am bullish on BTC. I am bullish on BTC. All right, I'm bullish on BTC. So this is the daily time frame exactly. So after we swept this liquidity here, okay, you can see that we had the liquidity sweep here. That we swept that liquidity here. That low was like a liquidity for us. Price has doing what? Let's go to line chart. Can you see how price has been doing what? Price has been breaking structure to the upside. Okay. So BTC is we are very bullish on BTC. So now what is the next place? So expecting price to run into for BTC. It is this Baba here. You can see that this guy, this demand zone, very powerful. Okay. Very powerful demand zone. So let price trade into this demand zone. Then we're going to look to trade BTC to the upside. We're expecting BTC to run back to these regions, and then probably we can even start targeting maybe this kind of areas, or lastly, something like here. Okay, that's what we're looking at for BTC. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I'm bullish on BTC. If we can get some push down, right, then we can trade. So there were some lookouts, right, for BTC, that BTC may sell from all of this what's it called, this fair value gaps here, all this imbalance that we're having here. You can see that we had a sweep. We had a sweep of liquidity, and then price came back to do what? Price came back to break that liquidity. So it has definitely left behind what's imbalance in the market. Okay, so now if BTC runs to these areas first, please pay attention. If we get BTC running into these areas first, then maybe we can see how we can capitalize, because if we want our trade to buy from here, it means price has to sell to this region, is it not? So if you want to buy from here, it means that price has to actually drop to this region. And then how is price dropping? By selling from where? By selling from this imbalances. Is that okay? So that's the view. So if price should run into this this premium area first, okay? If price should run into this premium area first, we're going to look to do what? We're going to look to sell BTC from here. At least we should be able to catch some sales from here. All right. Even if we don't come here, let's be able to catch something here. You know, that's as day traders want to look to make money daily. Then we can catch some sales, or we can look to do re-entry up till this our demand zone. Then we can look to buy. Okay. So this is what's just being very anticipatory, right? We are not predicting. We are saying if price should come here, I will do this. If price should come here, I will do this. That is simply what trading is all about. You're anticipating the price movement, anticipating that I can do this if this happens. Okay, that's why I say we don't gamble here. We just adapt to the market conditions, and then we look toward trade alongside what the market is giving us. Okay, so for Bitcoin, I'm here. I'm here on Bitcoin, and I'm also here on Bitcoin. So any of these guys that get triggered first, are going to look to trade in the corresponding direction. Okay, we'll look to change the corresponding direction before anything else. Okay, so let's see Eurocard. Is there anything for Eurocard for us? Eurocard. Okay, so let's see on the weekly, what's Eurocard coming from? Now Eurocard has been very, very bullish. Okay, yeah, let me delete everything. Eurocard has been very, very bullish. Okay, so we have been very, very bullish. Now, so when I came into the market this morning, I spotted that price is sweeping, this week is sweeping previous week's high. So we may be coming for this week's low. But the thing is that when we have such a bullish market, it's important to be more careful. Instead of catching the reversal, catch the continuation. So what happened is on the daily now, we had what? We had a fully bearish engulfing candle. Can you see? We had this fully bearish engulfing candle. See the way this candle engulfed this one. This candle here to here. This one was so strong that it engulfed the previous day. That is showing that maybe sellers are still interested in selling this market. Okay. So what do you now see here? What do you now see here is that we have had a what? We have had a sweep of liquidity here and a what? And a break of structure. Very, very powerful. That is what is all this high here has been swept here by that our weekly distance, sweeping all this high here. Then price has come back to do what? To break struggle to the opposite direction. So what do you see on the line chart? We're going up on the line chart. We're going up, and then we do what? We have all swept all of that liquidity to the downside, all of that trades to the downside. So what do we want to see now? We want to see, let's go back to the line chart. Do we have an order block or there's something on the 2 hours time frame? Something in the 2 hours time frame. So the 2 hours time is looking very good. I like the behavior of 2 hours time frame. Sorry, my network is a little bit shaky. I hope you are still hearing me clearly. I hope you're hearing. Please, if you can hear me, drop 111 on the chat box. Just type 111 on the chat box if you're hearing me very clearly. Okay, somebody can hear me. All right. I'll continue now. So what I'm seeing here. So, okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. All right, I can see your messages. Okay, so I'm clear. All right, let's continue. So what I'm seeing here on the Euro card now is that the sell is looking very, very strong. Okay, so 2 hours time frame is giving us what? A supply area to sell from. Yeah, you can see it's already that starting is already looking to go down. And then 1 hours now, 1 hour is giving us what? 1 hour is giving us what? A imbalance, an imbalance here. So this is not a bad region to sell from. Those that our SL is about 30 something pips. And then if we are targeting, we should just look to target what? Target this low for a 2 hour. Okay, we can look to target. So if we are not in this trade just started playing out now. Even though we are in a very bullish market, so this is like a counter trend sell, and we are selling this market because of what is looking. It has given us everything. Starting from the weekly time frame, we are sweeping the high on the weekly time frame, as you can see. See now, sweeping the high on the weekly time frame. Daily has given us a what? Has given us a fully bearish engulfing candle on the daily. And now the 4 hours time frame is giving us what? Is giving us a sweep and a break. You see, there's another fully bearish engulfing candle formation here. So 1 hour has given us what? Has given us what's it called? Fair value gap. This is imbalance. Okay. So it's not going to be bad if you can risk some money here. Okay, it's not bad if you can risk some money here. Look to target 2R. We just trade from here, and then when price gets to this point, we can break even. Is that okay? So Euro card is looking nice for a sell opportunity. Okay, Euro card is looking nice for a sell opportunity. So let me just call out the stop loss and take profit regions. Let me call out the stop loss and take profit regions. All the time frames are aligning, so it's not bad to take some risk. So the SL on this trade, if you're taking this trade, is going to be market execution. Just market execution using the right right lot size, of course. Please learn to risk responsibly. Learn to risk responsibly so that trading will not be a scam tomorrow. Because when we make our own mistake tomorrow, now trading will be a scam. It will not be that we made mistake. This industry needs people to be very accountable for their actions. Okay, so our TP is what? 1.61798. All right. So if you are taking this trade, is a market execution. The stop loss on this trade is 1.16 1.62785. Okay, 1.62785, and the take profit is what? Is 1.61798. Okay, You see, starting from the weekly time frame to the 1 hour, we have had alignment. So it won't be bad if we can risk. It's a counter trend trade. It's a counter trend trade. So just don't risk too much. But I think it's looking good for a sell. So if you are going to join us on this sell, feel free to tap in. Okay. This is the take profit. This is the stop loss and take profit. Either you take a screenshot or you just write it down. Let's see. At least this fair value gap should sponsor some sales. Okay, should sponsor some sales at least to this region first. Before anything else. So let's see. Let's see how that goes. Euro CAD is giving us a sell opportunity. So feel free for joining on this trade. It's still at the entry region, so you can tap in. Okay, you can tap in. All right. Have we done gold? I'm not done gold though. Well, I don't have anything for gold, to be very honest. Gold is flying. All right. There is nothing I have for gold for us. You see, when market is like this, right? I'm not seeing where to call a trade. The last time we had a possible entry was inside this region. Possible entry was inside this region. And of course, the news is what the news is what catapulted gold to this high. Remember that we said that after we swept that low, gold should come for this high. And you can see that we delivered that price action very swiftly. Okay. So the only thing we can call for gold is, regions of possible pullbacks. Okay. On the 2 hours time frame, this is not a bad area. That's on the 3 hours. On the 3 hours, I saw it. Okay. Yeah. This is not a bad area for gold to trade to. Can you see? It's like a resistance zone here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe if gold can trade back here, we can look to grab something. Because right now I don't have anything for gold. And then our major zones are down here, but of course, this will not going to happen anytime soon. This behavior here, this structure here will not come back to trigger anytime soon. So let's just look at what is happening currently. So my current pullback region for gold is that gold should come back to trade from here. Is that okay? Okay, so you see that this was like a support zone. This was like a supply rather. I think, yeah, we called out this sell now. This sell, we forecasted that this sell will occur, and it was a very nice sell. Now, since this sell happened here, it happened again. So price coming back to disregard this area means that price can obey the break and retest strategy by coming back to trade from here. So that's that for gold. Because currently the price action for gold, you want to look for 15 minutes time frame. I don't like to draw my bias from 15 minutes. That's why I don't want to call anything for gold right now. Okay, so let's just see how price can trade into this area before we grab from some gold sales. Okay, before we grab some gold sales. Okay, what have we not touched? I've done Euro CAD, I've done GBP USD, I've done USD, USD CAD, I've done USD JPY, I've done Bitcoin. Do you have anything for Euro CHF? I think that would be my last currency for today. That might be my last currency for today. Euro CHF. Euro CHF. Let me go to the daily. I think I was looking at something here, but it's not clear. Euro CHF. Okay. Let me delete everything. Now, Euro CHF, I'm using the daily time frame strategy here. After sweeping this daily high, you should come to do or sweep this daily low, right? You see that after sweeping this daily high, we still have space for price to run, right? We still have space for price to run. So we now go on the 4 hours time frame. Do we have an expansion? Expansion is a change of character. Do we have an expansion and a change of character, right? So currently we don't, right? Currently we don't. See, just look at the line chart. That's not yet formed, right? So it will happen when we take this low. So currently that candle is still forming. So let this 4 hours candle close properly below this area. Then we can confirm a change of character. Then do we have something on the 1 hour to trade from? Nah, I can't trade this market now. Price has gone back to fill all the imbalance, right? If the imbalance was not filled, I would have traded it. But currently, price has filled the imbalance. But Euro CHF should be running all the way to this drawn liquidity here. So if I can get a re-entry on the 1 hour time frame, maybe price does something like this and gives me a re-entry here that takes this low, I'm going to trade from here till this guy. Okay. So that's that. I'm just being very I'm being very careful for this guy. I'll trade this one only on change of on a confirmation. So you see that we have had break of structure here, we have change of character on the 1 hour time frame, but there's no other block or fair value gap to trade from, right? So let 1 hour give us another one, right? So we can trade from that one up till this one, up till this previous day's low. This is also our drawn liquidity. Drawn liquidity is also called target, like a target that we are expecting. Okay, so I'm seeing somebody say DXY. Someone is looking at DXY. That's Kenneth Okafor. So let me just quickly see DXY. DXY is the US dollar index. So anything that's going to happen on the dollar will first reflect on DXY. So let's go from the higher time frame. Since I've not analyzed it, I want to have a full idea of it. All right, so on the monthly, we're sweeping this, so we're coming for here. You see that this is beautiful. Oh. You see that the DXY is coming down. The DXY is like saying, let me give us a little bit of a lecture. DXY is like saying USD anything. That's USD XXX. Okay, DXY is the US dollar index, as you can see here, is a US dollar index. So USD anything is what? Is DXY. So if DXY is coming down, right, XXX USD should be doing what? Should be going up. Is that okay? So if DXY, that's USD XXX, is going down, anything USD, XXX USD should be going up. Now, you see that I told you before the class, I didn't even analyze DXY. I told you that Euro USD, GBP USD are what? Are bullish, right? Now I'm coming to DXY to see that we have a monthly sweep. So we should be coming for this low. What does that mean? That means that DXY is what? Is bearish. Okay, so it's very easy. All right, so monthly is pointing to the downside. Weekly, sorry, the weekly now, of course, you can see how we have taken something to the downside on the weekly. All of these lows have been swept. Okay, so on the daily now, is there a possibility for where? I like this. You see here now, this is a nice area. This is a nice region for price to trade into for DXY. Okay, this is a nice region for price to trade into for DXY, and then you can take your trade from here. If you actually trade DXY, this is a nice place to trade from all the way till this low. Okay, since this is a daily time frame, and you may want to improve your risk to reward ratio, you can do what? You can go on to the 4 hours time frame. When price taps this area, you can do what? You can trade based on confirmation. But this alone is a good entry for DXY. So Mr. Kenneth Okafor, I hope this quick analysis on DXY is good for you. Okay, so I'm looking for DXY to trade all the way till this low. Is that okay? So that's my lookout for DXY. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so we have about 5 minutes. So let's look at let me see what we have for synthetic indices. So we took a loss. We took a loss on FX Vol 40, right? We took a loss on FX Vol 40. It was a very nice trade. Honestly, I don't even have anything to learn from the loss. Okay. So after taking this low here, you see how price came back to do what? Price came back to change character here. And then as if that was not enough, price came out to give us a sweep and another break of structure here. So what do you think I was going to do? I was always going to sell FX Vol 40, but price came to sweep my stop loss. So it's part of the game. I'm not even angry about the loss. It's a very good trade from my end. Price just wanted to change character, and that's fine. You see that my SL is an invalidation zone. That if price comes to take that invalidation zone, it means it wants to start, going to the upside. Is that okay? So that was a very nice trade on FX 40 that hit stop loss. Is that okay? So if I want to look at something on FX 40 again, it may be to trade from here, this region, but nothing concrete yet. There's nothing concrete yet, right? This place has to give me what? Has to give me confirmation. If he can confirm that he's ready to sell on the 4 hours time frame or 2 hours or 1 hour, if I get confirmation to sell here, what's going to happen is I'm going to do what? I'm going to sell all the way till this low. Is that okay? So that's my view for 40. Remember, 40 is a little bit more pricey, is a little bit more pricey compared to other synthetic indices. Okay, we have cheaper ones like FX 40, FX 20. This guy here, FX 20 is relatively cheaper than 40. And then what's my view for 20 coming from the weekly time frame? I told us that since we just took this supply on the weekly time frame, we should do what? We should look to continue selling. But before price sells, price has to do what? Price has to come back to sweep liquidity. And the liquidity that was present is this brother here on the 4 hours time frame here. So when we can sweep that liquidity and tap this, and we tap this, what's it called? This supply. If we can tap this supply, I'm going to look to sell. So I'm just showing you the few things that I have for synthetic indices. We should look to sell all the way till this low. Is that okay? So let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. I'll wait for price to come there first before I'll trigger the trade, because there's how price return to your order block. You need to be very careful with your entry. Okay, so that's FX Vol 20, 40, and what do we have for 60? Okay, 60 is still playing around our supply zone. It's not giving me a change of character yet. So on the 4 hours, you see now, it's not the price action is very, very choppy. It's just giving me one line, something like this. This is not how I want to see my market. So let price sweep this guy and then break. Then we can trade. We can trade. That's what I like. This supply zone is what has been feeding me on synthetic indices, supply and demand. This has been feeding me on synthetic indices since this year. Okay, so let's see how that will go for 60. Please just be patient. Let it come to you. Don't rush. Don't force it. Okay, don't force the market. Don't force the market, please. FX flip X1. This was yesterday's trade. Unfortunately, I could not drop it for us. It happened. Unfortunately, I think I was engaged. I couldn't drop this trade, right? I came back to see that it's in profit. So if FX1, if flip X1 will give us a re-entry, it may be from when we take this high. But I'll update the group, please. I'll update the group. Okay, let's not do anything yet. That's already gone, in the favor of buy. So I'll update the group. If we have another entry for F1, I'm going to let the group know so that we can partake. I think I have a demand zone for, is it, let me check so that I call it out for us. I think it's going to be X4 or X5. Oh, okay. X4 is giving us something good here. This was a demand zone from the past with liquidity here. Price is sweeping this liquidity now. Okay. So what I want to see, let this high be taken. When we take this high, it has confirmed what? It has confirmed a change of character. So when we take this high, we can do what? We can look to come back here, and then flip X4 will officially change character, and we can buy. Is that okay? We can buy officially. And then lastly, flip X5. Flip X5 is that demand zone I wanted to call for us. Okay. On the daily, see, it's looking very good now. It's looking very good on the daily. This is like engineered liquidity just above our demand zone. So when price falls here, I'm going to buy F5 all the way till this high. Is that okay? So please be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Like we say, these sessions are not particularly for signals, but that does not mean that if price should give us good tradable opportunities, that we're not going to call it out for you. Is that okay? We come here to give you directions on the trade, give you direction, we give you lookout, we give you invalidation zone, so that if something happens, do this. If something does not happen, don't do this. You understand? So that is that for Forex and synthetic indices. Okay. So let's have a good trading day. Let's have a good trading day, and then hopefully we can catch some pips today, and I hope we had a lovely session together. So shout out to Mr. Anderson, Bridget, Chris, Krista Lawrence, I see you. You like synthetic indices. Okay. Chuk Sobuta, Emmanuel Ogale, Joy Kuti, Kehinde Dada, Kenneth Okafo, Kingsley Obadiah, Mr. Jerry, I see you. Olufemi, I see you. Oluti, Solomon, and Taufik. All right. Have a lovely day, and we'll see next time. Bye bye.